Hello? I need to close some stuff, open some stuff, turn some stuff on. Urban, if you hear this, then yes, there should be music. I didn't adjust it from last time, so it should be loud enough. If you're not hearing anything, then that means you're deaf. Let's see, I need to figure out how do I... Okay, I do not trust OBS to show me YouTube's chat because it was fucking up before, so I have to have that on separately. Okay, leave that up, and then this. Take a break for a week from streaming, and you forget how to do anything. Why does it feel like I've been gone for so long? But I'm pretty sure I streamed last week. In fact, the last time I streamed was that first day that I started casting for my friend. Ay. Did I answer the Naruto thing? Are you gonna keep those Naruto collectibles? Of course I'm keeping them. There was no implication that I was gonna throw them out. I was packing them away. Why would I get rid of them? It's hard to get away. When it comes to like collectibles and stuff, it's hard to get rid of the... It's hard to throw them away and stuff. With clothes too, no, I got rid of some. I got rid of a decent amount of clothes that I need to figure out how to donate them. But I don't know. Just going through all the stuff that I want to keep and I want to throw out and stuff. I haven't been throwing out as much as I would like to lighten the load and stuff. So it's been rough. I've also been really... Ow! I just rubbed my eye in a weird way. I feel like I just scratched it. Ow. But, I have been really slacking off on the packing and stuff. Too lazy. There's not even a confirmation that I'm moving yet. I don't know why I'm packing so early, but I mean, it's better to get done early than too late. Anyway, that's like neither here nor there. We're drawing a little today because I don't feel like doing a long stream of anything, and I haven't really been playing much games all that much because I've been busy. What the fuck did I do with my eye? I feel like I literally just scratched it even though I used my knuckle to rub it. Oh, it's just a little, it's because there's a little sty in it. All right, whatever. I find that I tend to be prone to like little styes, but once I get them, I'm pretty good at keeping my hands away from my eyes. It's just annoying to get them at all. I don't feel like my hands are dirty, but apparently they are. Oh well. Sorry. Yesterday, I started drinking this apple cider thing that I got. And it tastes pretty good, but drinking is making me realize that I think I'm developing an apple allergy that I suspected I had like a few weeks ago when I was eating an apple and my mouth was itchy, or my throat was a little bit itchy, and now I'm drinking this apple cider that has apple juice and apple juice concentrate, and it's making my throat itchy. So I'm probably getting allergic to apples, which is awful for me because I like eating apples. But I'm gonna just keep on drinking it and eating it when I get a chance to, because fuck that. You're not taking my apples away from me. You took away peaches from me, which is fine because I wasn't eating peaches to begin with. You tried to take away eggplant from me, which I'm still eating eggplant because fuck you. And now you're trying to take apples away from me? No. I'm not giving you this sort of control, whoever's giving me allergies, giving me allergic reactions to foods. I'm gonna do what I want. If it means I fucking asphyxiate and die, then so be it. You stay for you stick around for however long you want to. Stay or go, it don't matter. I should draw something. I haven't really drawn in a bit except for that one starting soon screen thing. Yes, I am sure it's not the natural acidity of the apple. Oops, I don't want to draw with that. I don't know what to draw. I didn't think about what I was going to draw. I haven't drawn in a while. I haven't done anything in a while because I was so focused on the cat sitting thing, which the cat sitting wasn't like bad. It kind of just gave me the feeling of like what it's like to have to like go out and work away from home every day, which is like, you know, for many people that's a normal thing. But so my friend, her husband and her family, whatever, they all went on a cruise for a couple of days. She asked me to watch her cat, and because of like out of convenience, every morning I would head over to her place, which is like a 30-minute walk from me, and I just stayed there the entire day working until like after 5, and then I would leave. So that entire time I'd be like working and just hanging out with the cat and whatever. It made me so tired by the time I got back. I think it probably didn't help that I was like walking to and fro, which meant like I was walking for 30 minutes like each time, and walking for like an hour in total is not bad, but like I guess that along with like waking up a little bit early to go to my friend's house and then going back home after work and everything, it was kind of like I'm tired. I forgot how exhausting it was having to go out every day. It added up to my laundry too. I'm like, damn, I have fucking so much shit clothes I have to wash now. Before I was like only going out like maybe once or twice a week, and now I have to go out like, I was going out like every day up until like Wednesday or whatever. It's like, damn, too much damn clothes now. But the cat sitting, I feel like I had a lot of mixed feelings when it came to cat sitting, because I technically have taken care, I like watched over like a kitten before when I was younger, but it wasn't really anything like crazy. It was only for like 2 days, I think. This time around I'm grown and the cat was grown, so there's definitely a more like concrete type of feeling when it came to cat sitting. And I don't know, a part of me, like, it makes me want to have a cat, but if I end up having a cat that's like the one that I took care of, it's gonna be like, it's not all like roses and daisies and shit. Because the cat that I was cat sitting is not the most friendly cat. She's the type of cat that likes her distance, likes to, like, you know, watch you from like afar. And it takes a bit for her to like, you know, be interested in you or like care about you, from what I could tell. I was the only human interaction or like living being interaction that wasn't a fly that she had for like 5 days. So by the last day, she ended up warming up to me, but not in a way that like she wasn't like cuddly or anything. But you know, she let me like get some pets in when she wanted it. And she like took a nap next to me while I was working. I think if I was smart enough, I should have gone on the couch. I think she could have potentially had taken a nap on my lap, because she did try to go on my lap at one point, but there was no space for her to nap on because I was at a desk. But I will say, she did leave me some battle scars on my hand. I got a couple of scratches and bites. Not a couple. She scratched and bit me once. I got, in total my scars are, or my injuries is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most of them are little nicks. One of them is like a long scratch, and then one would like drew a decent amount of blood, and there's a bruise on it now. At the very least, I'm glad that when it happened, I didn't like scream and scare her and like yank my hand away. Like, I knew to keep my calm and like keep my hand in place, waiting for her to let go. But like, damn, that shit was so fucking annoying, because, you know, at the beginning she didn't care about me all that much. She'd come up, sniff my hand, and then like left me alone for like the day or whatever. But then like as the days progressed, she would come up, sniff hand, and then like want pets, so she would like ram her head into my hand and stuff, and she would get pets or squishes or whatever. And like the first time she let me do it for a bit, I was like, all right, I'm gonna pet you. And you know, I can't tell like when she's had enough, or like if I shouldn't be touching certain areas. So like I just kept petting her until waiting for her to like go away, like walk away from me. But instead of walking away, she just like turns around and just hisses at me. That was the first time, and I was like, okay. I did too much, and then I'd give her space. And then the time when she scratched and bit me, she came up to me, she was very excited for like human interaction. Pet, scritch, and I'm like, okay. And then I would put my hand down, I'd be like, all right, if you want more, you have to come up to my hand again. And then she would, and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it for a little bit, and then I put my hand down. If you want more, bring your head back up to my hand, because I can't tell when you've had enough. I wish you would just walk away. I wish you would just walk away and let me know that you're done. And I'm like, okay, I understand. But at one point, I'd be petting her. After she like rubs her head in my hand. She starts like walking with my hand still like coming in contact with her. So I'm like scratching her like back area. And then I do it for like a second, and then she whips around and hisses at me. And I'm like, okay, him? What did I do? You're the one who's wanted. You're the one who kept coming into me. At least at that point, she just hissed and she didn't try to scratch me. So I was like, all right. Thank you for hissing at me and not hurting me, because when you hurt me, that hurt. And the owners, they only had giant bandages, so I had like a big giant bandage on my wrist. It's like, thank you for hissing at me. That's the way. Like, if you can't talk and you're not willing to walk away, then that's fine. I'll take that. Does she come to you with her tail up? I think she does. I think she did. It was hard to like fully pay attention to her tail because she would just be all over my face with her fat body. But on the last day, the cat sitting, she like hung around like me while I was working a lot, just sitting perched on the table, just watching me do stuff. And then when she wanted attention, she'd rub her head on my hand, rub her head on my laptop, sit on the corner of the table, which then made it so that I couldn't fucking work. And then at some point she just chilled out and just took a nap on the chair next to me for a couple of hours, and I was like, that's nice. That's a nice way to end off the cat sitting saga. I was like, you wait until the last day that I'm here taking care of you to warm up to me. If you had done this earlier, we could have been chilling together on the couch. Could have had my moment. She likes you though enough? Yeah. And now I'm never gonna see her again. Well, I might see her again, but I don't go over to my friend's house that often enough, so I'm sure the next time I see her, she'll probably be like, who the hell are you? Like, it makes me kind of want a cat, but at the same time, I know how much work goes into it, and I'm like afraid that like a cat, like I'm afraid that my cat, if I get one, would turn out to be someone like her that's like hard to read, like hard to tell, and not one for like friendly pet, open to, you know, friendliness, open to pets and stuff like that. I want to be able to cuddle with the animal, you know? And like, even though she hurt me, like I have no hard feelings for her because, like, you know, it's a cat, whatever. Ah, I disconnected. Hello? Come back. Hello? Hello? Am I back? Oh my god. Hello? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh my god, I can't do anything on this. Hello? Am I back? Oh my god. Okay. Well, the OBS just straight up disconnected. I swear to god. Is my computer, like, I can't figure out what it is with my computer. I think my computer is literally... I wonder if it's the dual streaming. I need a next time I stream, I can't dual stream. I need to figure out if that's making my streams like dip sometimes. But this was a full-on disconnect though. I don't know what it is. My computer be acting funny. Ay ay ay. I hate technology. Anyway. So that was my cat sitting saga. It's a few weeks of hanging out with the cat. Hanging out with the cat that warmed up to me right at the end. If I ever do end up getting a cat, it won't be for a while. It's not something that I care to do right now at this point in my life. I'm not comfortable with the potential of having to like spend money on taking care of another living being right now. I need to focus on myself. But if I ever do get a cat, I have many a people to talk to about. Because most like many people I know have cats. Too many people have cats. Let's see. Not a priority. But yeah, aside from that, there's not much. Did anything else happen? I don't know. I don't know if anything else happened. That's kind of just been my week. My tired, disgusting week. Well, it's not disgusting. It's just a tired week. Now I just need to go back to focusing on like cleaning and packing and stuff. I just, you know, being a grown-up is no fun. I want to go back to being a little baby where I had no thoughts. Life is dreary. No, life is okay. But it kind of feels like it's also very dreary. No, life is pretty dreary. Maybe not my life specifically at this moment, but life in general has just been roughy duffy. You know, the way the world is right now. Oh my god, I had like hot noodles or like noodle soup for lunch earlier. I think it partially scalded my mouth overall because now that I'm drinking anything cold, my mouth feels weird. It doesn't hurt. But it's definitely that feeling of when you eat something hot and you just been cold. Feels weird. He's buying candy and games is easier. That's true. I do have a bag of Reese's Thins in my kitchen right now. Speaking of which, when I was doing the cat sitting, I lost track of the things that I was eating and I ended up gaining weight. It's not much, it's a couple of pounds, but I'm like, ah, fuck! It didn't feel like I was eating that much, but damn it, I somehow ended up eating too much. But probably because I kept buying food and bringing it there. Damn it. Like, fuck, I have to lose these couple of pounds at least. Dry weather have your gums ache? I didn't even know that was a thing. Dry weather makes gums ache? Why does the dry weather affect how your gums act? Just close your mouth, duh. We are getting to the point where the sun goes down much earlier, so the days feel like they get the days feel like they get shorter but at the same time longer because like the sun goes down at like 5 or 4 or starts going down at 5 or 4 and it feels like it's nighttime, but in actuality it's only 7 o'clock and it's like, oh shit, there's still so much to the day, but I feel like I'm ready to go to bed. I still don't know what I'm drawing. I have no thoughts in my head aside from work and then making sure or it's work and then the cat sitting. But now that I don't have the cat sitting and now it's Friday, so I don't have to think of work at the moment, I'm realizing that I have not had much of a thought. I haven't thought of anything, I haven't read anything recently. I've been waking up really tired. The beginning of this week was atrocious, I could not sleep. I think it's because it started getting cold and I was like so stubborn to turn on the heat from using the AC unit because that would cost me money, and I was waiting for the landlord to turn on the heat, but then she didn't turn on the heat until much later, until today. The previous days were so cold and I could not sleep. And then I said, fuck it. turn on the heat, so it'll cost me money, but what the fuck ever. That made me feel better. I itch constantly. It sounds like you need better soap and you need to moisturize. Kids with the eczemas, you gotta be careful and moisturize more. I say that as I don't moisturize, except for my hands. It's hard to care about moisturizing your body. I can't be bothered. That sounds like too much work. Want a book suggestion? No, because I know I'm not gonna read it. It's not that I don't have anything to read, is that I just don't have the motivation to read. I don't remember. I find that I always had a lot of like things to think about when I'm in bed, ready to go to sleep. And that's usually the continuing thoughts that I have throughout the day if I have the time to think about, if I have the time to like doze off or whatever. Or like, yeah, not doze off, but like space out. But I think these past few days when I go to bed, all I can think about is how uncomfortable I feel with sleeping in a hoodie. Because I keep sleeping on the hood part and I don't know what to do with the hood. It's been nice sleeping with a hoodie because I feel a little bit more warmer. And I feel comfy in hoodies, but when you're laying down on the hood, my fucking neck is just like, there's something fucking pushing up on the neck. Move this damn thing. And then when I move it, it's like, now it's hurting something. Now it's like you're sleeping on it in a different way. Move this fucking hoodie. It's like I need a hoodie, but without the hood. Which is like a sweater. Sounds like I need a sweater. Just like how moisturizer feels. Yeah, a lot of them feel like really like slimy and like greasy. You have to find the ones that like when you put it on, it kind of like dries and it doesn't leave it like an after feeling. I have this one for like my hands that's like a Vaseline brand. What is it called? Dry Hands Rescue. I think if I used them more frequently, it'd probably do well, but I like it because when I put it on, I don't feel it afterwards. You never heard of anyone sleeping in a hoodie? Yeah, I imagine most people probably wouldn't find it comfortable sleeping in a hoodie. But when your room is like what feels like 50 degrees at nighttime, I don't know what that is in Celsius, but when it's so damn cold in your room, and I don't feel like, here's the thing, it's cold in my room at nighttime, and I don't have heat on, and I'm not using my winter duvet because I don't want to take it out. I don't want to take it out and dirty it right now at this point. So I'm still using my summer blanket. I'm always in a hoodie. Once the weather is cool enough, I always want to be in a hoodie. I'm in a hoodie right now. It's nice and comfortable. Being in baggy clothes just feels very comfortable. Here, it's so comfortable, I'm gonna make her wear a hoodie. I have so many hoodies and sweaters. And I was like, when I was going through my clothes, I was going through clothes that I wanted to keep and clothes that I was gonna donate because like some I just simply don't wear anymore, and I know that even in like a couple of years from now I still won't wear them because if I wasn't wearing them now I wasn't gonna ever wear them. And I found that I had two of the same fucking flannel shirts, like button-down flannel shirts, and I was like, how, I have two of these? Two of the same exact color. I'm like, fuck, I'm so dumb. I'm making sure that just like moving forward, I'm just gonna buy less shit. Just in general. I have too much shit. And it's like I have so much shit, things that I can still use, especially when it comes to like clothes or practical use. And I don't even use, and I'm not even making use of them. I should be like wearing them and then wearing them out until they like die. and then I can get something to replace them instead of constantly buying new ones because I like how they look or something. I'm not dumb, stupid, waste of money. Just looking around, I think in general, I like compared to like the average person, I probably don't have that much stuff. I still feel like, but I feel like the amount that I do have is just like, what a fucking hassle. What do you mean? Why do I have so much stuff? It's like, what's even the point? They're not gonna come with me when I die. There's no inherent like value to them. Stupid, not dumb. It's a good way to save money so I don't have to worry about spending money on stuff, but at the same time I'm just like, ugh, what's even the point? I just collapsed to the sofa in my outdoor clothes because they were snug enough and the coldness made me drowsy. You live your life. You live your life. There's people out there that will lay down on their beds with their shoes that they wore outside. Don't let anyone stop you, tell you how to live your life. I remember when I was younger, I think I would do that too, though, to be honest. Coming home from school, being tired, and then laying down in bed with my outside clothes, including jeans. I remember people being surprised. My throat's itchy. My throat's itchy from this apple cider. I'm still going to force myself to drink it. I would not take my shoes to bed. I don't know. It's just in general. I find that habit that people have where they walk into their houses with their shoes on, with their outdoor shoes on, just walking around. Just it's always the strangest thing to me. Oh man, I'm so glad for the colder weather though. Like even though I was complaining about how it was making it hard for me to sleep, I'm so glad it's not summer anymore. I just want the weather to be cold, like cool enough for me to wear sweaters, but warm enough for me to not freeze in sweaters. I want to be able to wear my sweaters and bees. I'm such a sweater girl. What? Sweater? No. Sweater girl. Sweater weather. It's always important to try to save money, even if you feel like you don't need to. Like, I feel like if you're someone that's just, like, you know, you're not living a life of, like, not luxury, but, like, a free life by, like, going on trips, indulging on things that would make you happy and stuff like that. Like, yeah, maybe you're wasting your time working hard to save money for something that you're not even using that money for to make you happy. But whenever I see people like spend their money frivolously on things that they don't need, I'm like, well, it's not my money. It's not my money, so you do what you will, but think about the money you could be saving if you weren't buying all that mess. But I don't know. People have different relationships with their money. Everything I draw on stream is the same. It's just a waist up girl, and then just a bunch of smaller sketches to the side. I come in here with no fucking planning. This mic is in the fucking way. Get out of here. I'm trying to draw. Man. So I posted on Blue Sky, was it earlier this week? A few days ago, whatever, about how I had like made it like an art zine. I had printed like a booklet of like my art stuff from 2017 because I was cleaning out stuff, and I was flipping through it because I didn't even remember what I put in it, and I was like, wow, first of all, some of this art is neat and still holds up pretty well. And then some of the other art, I'm like, damn, I fucking put this shit in here. This is trash. This is ass. It's not that it's trash or ass. I was like, this is cringe. Just some of the stuff I put in it. Like whatever the self-insert OCs that I had. Actually, where is it now? Let me look at it now. Actually, wait. Do I have an open one? I don't want to open a fresh pack. Hang on. I'm gonna flip through my book real quick. Draw a trumpet playing GNU. What the hell is GNU? Honestly, I missed how I used to draw. I feel like my style back then was a lot what? I don't even know. I liked my old style better. I like my style in 2017 better than what I do now. Feels like there's more... not style. Flow? Some more definition? I don't know. I don't know what my style had back then. Did that zine include your revealing resume? What the hell does that mean? Revealing resume. Literally, what does that mean? Like my job expertise? Printed out nicely though. I printed to like edge to edge. I forget what service I used to print these, but there was definitely a minimum that I had to do, and that's why I have so much copies left. What a waste. What the? I made some random signatures on this one. Forgot that I forgot that I at one point had a Patreon, because the zine mentions a part where I dedicated to my Patreon members. And I was like, what the fuck? I had a Patreon? I remember this era was, this era of drawing was when I was active on, like, Twitter posting art and stuff. And Aaron Hansen did this thing called Cutie Saturday. where every Saturday he would repost or like retweet a bunch of art that he thought was like cute, I guess. And I remember getting I remember him retweeting some of my stuff a couple of times, and I was like, "Wowee, I made it." It was during that era. That was a fun era. Man, my art looks cool. There's some dated stuff on here though that I really wouldn't, that I would never do again, but that's okay. I wonder if this was done in Clip Studio or Photoshop. That might also play a part in it too, because Photoshop had this nice pencil brush. Well, I just turned into a, I've been flipping through this book back and forth a couple of times and I just got to a page that I still hadn't seen yet. What the? Is this Photoshop? I wish I remember what I used in 2017. 2017 was 8 years ago. Your DeviantArt stream, there was this resume, and I think it straight up said as one of your likes being you. A resume? Well, you mean that thing where it's like an introduction about yourself? And it showed like me, and then it showed like my likes, like dislikes, and my hobbies and stuff? Is that what you're calling a resume? Imagine showing that to your boss. Your potential boss. If that's what you're talking about, then no, that's not in here. For some reason, I included a drawing that I drew of my old coworker as a farewell gift. I don't know why I would put that in here. It's a weird thing. Does the zine have any VGA stuff? No, I don't. Oh, yes, it does, actually. Yes, it does. It has the infamous comic that I made of the fucking naked Fraser cat. Wait, where'd it go? I saw it. Wait, where'd it go? Did I make that up? I swear I saw it. Where did it go? What page is it on? There's fucking Alexander Hamilton fan art in there, man. This is mad cringe. Where the fuck did that cat go? What? I swear it's a... Hang on. Where the fuck did it go? I swear I saw it. Hello? How could I fucking miss it? There's only so much pages in this book. Oh, there it is. I think it's because the comic itself, if you don't know it's VGA, like if you're not familiar with it, you could probably still understand it out of context, whatever. Had my work history? Why would I put anything up on the internet that would have my work history? Unless I said I worked at retail. That doesn't seem like something that I would put out for the internet as content. I used to be so creative back then. 2017. 2017, that was... Hey, I was still working at my other office job. I had time for this? Damn. Anyway, I'm just looking through it as if it matters. Printing out zines is nice though. Why is the Hamilton stuff cringe? I love the musical. Just sharing fan art of it is fucking cringe. And putting it in a book is cringe. Anything that you put out in the world that's fan art is gonna be cringe, especially if it's like self-depicted things. Especially for some people, they'll think like, you know, drawing fan art of fucking historical figures that were actually terrible is fucking cringe. Like drawing fan art of Alexander Hamilton, that's cringe. I haven't listened to Hamilton in a while, though. I think I tried to at one point, because I had missed it. And then the thing with the Hamilton musical is that once it gets to, like, a specific point, which is basically, like, after the war... Oh, my throat hurt. This apple cider might be fucking up my throat. I should stop drinking it. end up doing irreparable damage to my throat, and I'll be like, wow, my throat is fucking raspy as hell, but man, I got that sugary apple cider in me. But yeah, well, once the war is over and it gets into the politics area and the part where like Hamilton's being like a fucking dickhead, I sort of lose my interest in there up until a certain point. But I think I'm more likely to give Hadestown a re-listen more often. In my defense, in Hamilton's defense though, I literally spent a whole year just only listening to the Hamilton musical. So like, I think I've like reached my lifetime quota of listening to the Hamilton musical at this point. And I say I will listen to only the Hamilton musical for a whole year, and this is considering the fact that I still had to commute to work every day via public transportation, and I was always listening to it every day while going to and from work for a whole year. Oh my god, that was a scary part, the scary point in my life where I just really only had Hamilton in my head.
Why are you running like you're running out of time?
This is cool though. I still respect it. Lin-Manuel Miranda had showed up on my Instagram feed the other day because a Instagram public figure on there who does a series called Humans of New York. He takes a bunch of photographs of people that live in New York, and they have like all these unique stories and like stuff. He has like the special gallery that's going on, and Lin-Manuel Miranda has stopped by to perform on the piano there. That was cool. But yeah, nowadays I'm just like, my life is devoid of any like cultural significance. I'm pretty boring, but I've always been boring. You know what's funny? During the time I was cat sitting too, since I didn't have my computer, only my work laptop, I had the opportunity to watch on my friend's Netflix like any show or movie or whatever I wanted. And all I did was just put on Brutal Moose. Brutal Moose long VODs just to play as background noise. I didn't even watch anything like fun. I had the opportunity to, and I just didn't. I didn't even think about it until the last day. I was like, oh. I didn't think about it until I turned off the TV for the last time, and I was like, oh, wait. I just realized I should have been watching, like, Netflix or some shit, or some, like, you know, I could have been watching, like, K-pop Demon Hunter or something. I was like, I'm so fucking... I have such a fucking routine, like, lifestyle. I, like, don't know how to deviate from it. And then when it gets deviated, I fucking, like, get tired. That's probably why I was so exhausted. My whole routine, my daily routine of just being on my computer all day, doing my own shit, interrupted by a cat. I miss her. I miss that cat. I wish I went to their house more frequently, but I don't. And they're planning at some point in the future to move away to somewhere far that I wouldn't be able to visit them that often. So I'm gonna see her even less. Oh, so sad. Comfort videos are comfort videos. Man, you're so right. You're so right. Comfort videos are comforting. I was actually trying to watch his Easy Delivery Co. VODs because I had forgotten. I had played Easy Delivery Co. Did I ever talk about that? I played that on my own time and I beat it a few days ago. What was the cat's name? The cat's name is Oreo. As you can probably guess, she was a black and white cat. Hang on. Let me see if I have a picture I can post up of her. I'm gonna post this picture and crop her. Hang on. This is gonna take a couple of minutes because trying to get pictures up on OBS. I'm gonna crop it so you don't see anything. I don't reveal anything on my friend's stuff. Well, I guess you're just gonna end up seeing a box of Frosted Flakes. I'm very much a person that has no like presence. Just think about how often people would forget about me for certain things. I still distinctly remember the time when, at my old job, the HR manager was going around introducing his new employee on his team. And he just got to my department's like side. And he was like, "Oh, this is this person, this is that person." And he gets to me and he's like, "This is, oh my god, I forgot your name. I don't remember your name." And I started laughing. I was like, "Oh my god." He like went out of his way to apologize via email, being like, "I'm so sorry, I forgot your name." I was like, better me than someone else, I guess. I took no offense to it, but I was like thinking like, man, I really do be like that, huh? Oh god. That's such a good telling of what kind of cat she was. How big she's on the screen. Bitch, get smaller. This is the view I saw whenever she got in my way when I was trying to work. Hang on, how do I shrink this? I love how OBS's default is just to make the thing full size. Fit to screen. There you go. Little dickhead. I miss her. Is this? Oh, it is. They were genuinely sorry. Well, I mean, they have to be, right? Of all people to forget you, the HR manager, the one who's supposed to be there to, like, you know, whenever you need something. I mean, they're technically there for the company, but, like, you know, it's just so funny. It's so funny how flustered he got. And what a crazy showing for your new employee, for you to forget the people that you're supposed to be handling. She's so mad. Well, during that time, she was sitting at the table and she was like, you know, slow blinking because, you know, they say that slow blink, cats when they slow blink, that means they trust you or whatever. I had better pictures when she was mad, but I'm too lazy to upload them. I have this fun little video of her playing with like my hair scrunchie or my like hair tie, because I have the type of hair tie that's like it's kind of like a phone cord. It's like this type where like you could tie it and it'll usually revert back to its shape or whatever. And she was like losing her mind over it while she was playing it. Like she would like be like biting it with her teeth and like pulling on it, but then she would also be like rubbing her body on it like crazy, almost like it was like a massager for her. I was like, oh, she's having fun. But I also didn't know if that was like safe for her to be playing with, because I was worried that she was like gonna fuck up her teeth from biting it, so I had to give it to her in small increments. And I'm like, that's fun. What a fun time. Dude, I really want to. Actually, you know what? I was gonna admit to something, but I decided that I'm not going to admit it. And now I'm gonna leave it very vague and open to interpretation, so no one will know what I'm talking about. Aha. I slow blinked to, I assume, your cat. Yeah. That's what I was doing too. It was like, what, the second day when I was cat sitting? I was doing slow blinks to her because she was just constantly staring at me from a distance. I'd slow blink, and then she would start slow blinking back to me. I'm like, ah, okay. At least you know that I'm not here to like hurt you. I'm like, I hope you can trust me that I'll give you your space. I'm just here to feed you, to watch over you, and to be there just to keep you company while your parents have abandoned you to be on a boat. Which, you know, props to them at least. They, I didn't realize that technology had advanced this far, but apparently when you go on cruise ships, you can now like buy internet, I guess, to have. I always thought that once you were out on a cruise that you were just kind of like stranded with no internet access. But they were there to, my friend was there to like respond to me whenever I had questions to her about the cat. Cause I was like, I don't know how to take care of a cat. But my friend's the type that got money that can spend things on like fancy shit. Like they have this big giant machine thing that's kind of like a self-cleaning, like a kitty litter thing. It's self-cleaning in that, like, once the cat like pisses or shits, like, it detects that there's something in the litter, so that it rotates. It like spins the litter kind of like a laundry machine, and it filters out like whatever the shit is, I guess, I don't know, and it stores it away, and then you have to clean it out every like week or so. I'm like, what kind of fancy fucking shit is this? It's so big too. It literally takes up like a quarter of one of their rooms, and their place is not that big. So I was like, damn, you guys, you're better off just having a little box for a kitty litter. But, and they got the money. Eventually you make a great cat mom. Someday. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm just so afraid about having to take care of something living, because I'm afraid that I won't be able to read what it wants or figure out what it wants, and then like I'll end up like missing signs that like it needs help, and then I'll just get flustered, and then they'll just die by my own incompetence and negligence, and I wouldn't know how to live with myself. It's kind of like when you have a kid, and even though you think that you're doing all the things right, they end up growing up to be a serial killer, or like someone, or like a MAGA person, and then like you're stuck living with that guilt, knowing that you brought someone into this world that's like that. It's like, oh no, I'm guilty. I feel guilty. What have I done? That's why it's so much easier just being an aunt to somebody. Like, I'll give them all the love that I would a child, but I only have to do it for a couple of hours, and I'm not responsible for their well-being. If only for those couple of hours. One of those machines killed dozens of cats due to design flaws? I mean, I think they've had it for a while, so I'm hoping it doesn't kill it. It's not like a... Well, I don't know what kind of machine that you're, like, imagining, but the one that they have is, like, a slow rotating one. And there's, like, an open door for... I mean, like, I assume that they kill cats because, like, their claws get caught in it or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know anything about how cat things work. I assume it's safe. I think it's something that they've had for a while. They've also had the cat for a really long time too. So I trust them. I trust that they wouldn't do anything that would hurt the cat. Hello? Hello? Where's the button that I'm trying to hit? Sometimes you're just trying to hit a button on your keyboard and you're not looking at it, and just hit all the things. But what have I done? I removed something. There you go.
Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. Wandering free, wish I could be a part of that world.
I'm gonna start singing that because there's a part in this some song that's playing right now, or before, that reminded me of that song. A door? Yeah, the machine that they have doesn't have a door. In there, the cat, it's like I think there's like a step or something. I don't remember the details, but then the cat can go in here and like do its thing. I never really saw the cat do anything because I wanted to respect its privacy while if it was taking a shit or anything, and I also didn't want to risk smelling it because that would be I would have died. But like, it's like something like that. It's like this big giant thing. I think if I were to draw like something for scale, it'd be like up. Like, imagine that was me. That seems like vaguely right. It's like a big boy. It's okay. They got the money. They got the money to splurge on fancy gadgets and stuff. Yeah, the money. I was trying to. Oh, what a stupid thing. I was trying to think like there's something that I wanted to talk about or like just have a discussion about, but I was like trying to figure out like if it was a good time to talk about it and whatever. And I also kind of kept forgetting about it. But I was like thinking like, you know, my friends are good at taking care of their cats and their pets, and they would never do anything to hurt them. Unlike some content creators online. I say that as if like that specifies anyone in particular, but I feel like only people who like browse Reddit. Well, I guess anyone could, because I'm talking about Hassan, man. I'm talking about Hassan. Like, what the hell is that shit? That shit is so crazy. That the situation with him and his dog. Fucking shit's so dumb. Oh my god. Although I did hear that like some people, they probably it doesn't pertain to like the small streamers or nobody streamers. But if you're like a decent sized streamer or something, or if you try to like talk bad about the whole situation, or even write comments in the chat about it, then you get banned and stuff like that. But like, man, that situation is so weird. Like, obviously the collar thing, yes. Because, like, obviously when you're looking at it, it's like, that's a terrible situation, right? You're potentially, like, abusing your dog in such a manner live on stream. And you're trying to, like, say that it wasn't that. And that even if it was, that is not a big deal. And it's that, like, I think the last thing I heard was, like, they were apparently making jokes about it on the stream now. Or something like that. I don't know. I was like, that's crazy. This is how, like, it's going on for this long. And it's, like, nothing's being done about it, especially because like you basically just like essentially abused your dog live on stream, and somehow you're just okay, things are okay or something like that. Like, that's so weird, and there's people defending it and all that stuff. But then like I was about to say something. Shit, what was I about to say? Oh, one of the more unfortunate things, aside from the fact that there's people like kind of like defending him or like trying to like skirt around it to not make it seem like it's that big of a deal, and trying to avoid bringing it up because they don't want to like either offend him or like offend his fans or like take sides or whatever. But there was one YouTuber that I had watched a little bit. I don't really watch him that much nowadays. I've kind of moved on from like the funny moment gamer people, but like one of them that I used to like had tweeted about it, basically saying like, it's crazy how much energy people are like getting like so worked up about the situation, because there's a lot of discussions about being like, oh, is it a shock collar, is it not a shock collar, oh, it's a shock collar, it must be, like, that poor dog is getting abused, that poor dog's getting hurt, like why won't he admit it, and blah blah blah. It's like, and then they're like, people are digging up, like, they're like looking up information about like what kind of collar it could have been, and you know, because nothing is being confirmed outright or being like, you know, all that stuff, people are like having discussions about it, obviously, right? But then the YouTuber that I used to like made like a tweet saying like, it's stupid that people are getting so worked up about it, the situation as a whole. And then people obviously took that the wrong way, being like, oh, are you defending him and his use of a shock collar on his dog or whatever? Like, that's messed up. But then he like makes a follow-up tweet saying like, oh, that's like, he's saying like, this is like, people are thinking that this is me like defending him or whatever, but it's not. And he's like saying like, there's probably more important things to be concerned about with the world right now than, like, you know, someone's dog. And that makes it seem like, that doesn't make it any better, because like, yeah, there's like terrible things going on in the world, but like, you can still be upset about a dog that you watch live on stream get shocked by somebody. Right? Like, you could still have it both ways. So for someone to be on, to someone who like makes their money on YouTube and makes all these like, just like, you know, gaming content, let's play content, for you to say like, there's more important things going on in the world to be concerned about than about like a dog getting like abused live. It's like, what? Like, you're here making like your money off of YouTube playing video games, and then there's a genocide going on. You could be saying the same thing. That's so stupid. Like literally, what the hell? You're relying on people to give you money for these videos that you're making, and you're not focused on the genocide either. Like, what the hell do you mean? You can be worried about multiple things at once. I was like so like shocked that he like thought that was a good take. That's a stupid thing. And he's a pet owner. He has cats, and I think a dog too. So I'm like, huh? That's a shit fucking take. So like, my opinions on him soured from that. I'm like, ugh. I wasn't watching your stuff that much to begin with, but like that was a stupid thing to say. Anyway, all that to say is that I never really watched Hassan's content to begin with because I didn't really. Anyone that's like overly popular on the internet, I just don't watch their content because like it's just too much. It's just too much, way too much. But like especially with him, I remember seeing him first on, there was like a news channel from like way back when. They still exist, but I don't know if they're still as big, but they're called the Young Turks. He was on there for a bit, and I remember thinking like, he seems like a nice young guy who like, you know, is left leaning and all that stuff. And then he left the Young Turks at some point, and then he started his own stuff, and then he became really big, and I'm like, okay, well I knew you from Young Turks, but I'm still not gonna watch your content. And he sounds like a terrible person anyway. It just sounds like a terrible left leaning person. Like politically you might align, but like the stuff that the way you are, the kind of content creator you are, is just kind of like like I'm not really here to listen to you. Like I'll stick to my beliefs, and I'll just like watch the people that I want to watch. But like it's weird. It's weird who gets popular on the internet. Anyway, no, I disabled Flux on my computer by accident. But this is what I get for, and I'm just sitting here complaining about people when I should be caring about the genocide and the things that are going on in the country. What's wrong with me? I love the song called Young Turks. Well, back then, the Young Turks was like a decent place to like catch up on news and stuff, because they would post like videos, and it wasn't like long. This was during the time when like short videos was like a norm, like 5 to 7 minute videos and all that stuff. So they would do like little tidbits of like news stuff, and the hosts on the Young Turks were like fun to listen to and stuff. But then at some point they became like too radicalized, I guess. I stopped watching them after a long time, so I really don't remember what they're like. But they occasionally came up on like Twitter or feeds and stuff when it came to politics. Some of them became like overtly radicalized. Some of them became conservative, and it's like they don't really align anymore. It's like, okay, well, whatever. I don't know. It's weird. People just end up like becoming. They just end up like growing to be somebody that you don't really like jive with anymore. But that's just how it is when you get older. Start drawing political relevant art? No thanks. Like I wouldn't say I'm completely out of the loop when it comes to politics stuff. But I definitely don't follow it enough for me to ever like get into like the political cartoon stuff, which some people have. I see on Reddit people do. They'll even make like anime like ish cartoon comics and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, there's an audience for it. I'll look at it sometimes. I'm like, it's not for me. I wouldn't be able to, because you know what that would entail? That would entail having to like at some point. Plus, that sort of delving into that kind of art would also mean it's like inviting certain type of people to have like conversations about things that you probably wouldn't be adept with like having. Like I can have feelings about certain things, but when it comes to articulating some things, I'm like really bad at it. So I would never try to do that. I would never bring that upon myself. Like someone starts talking to me about the economy, the state of the world, and all that stuff, and I'll be like, I don't like people when they're mean. I think people should be able to do what they want if it means that no one gets hurt. I think people should be able to afford milk. I think bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwiches shouldn't cost $7.50. I believe that I shouldn't have to spend $1.50 on one single roll of toilet paper when I have no more toilet paper in the house. That was my story yesterday. That was my morning yesterday. I haven't stocked up on toilet paper because, like, if the off chance that I move, I'd rather wait until then to have, like, a big thing of toilet paper. So, like, I've been trying to plan out how much toilet paper to stock in my house, and I had no more toilet paper rolls yesterday. So I was like, in the morning before I went to work, I was like, I'm gonna go out, stop by a bodega, get myself a toilet paper. And then the guy rang me up. It was $1.50. I was like, I was like, why is this so fucking expensive for one fucking roll? God damn. It's like this fucking inflation, man. Fuck you, Trump. Oh god, excuse me. Not I'm against it, but it needs a certain touch. Yeah, also, like, anime style. Anime style is probably not the right way. You'll get people's attention, but it's certainly not the correct style to be drawing political art. That'd be a stupid thing to show. How much is like a 20 roll pack there? I don't know. Here, let me look at it. Let me look online right now. If I go to Target. Let's see. Toilet paper. The toilet paper that I like is the one that it's a one ply, and people will shit on one plies being like that doesn't do shit. But this is what I grew up with, so I'm used to it. If I get, let's see. If I get there's a 36 roll, which is like the biggest pack. 36 roll is $32. Which, you know, would be less than $1.50. But the thing is, I went to a place before that I bought it for like $1 for one roll. So I know you can get it cheaper. It's just that in terms of when it was near my house at the time, they were charging it for $1.50. I just think it shouldn't be $1.50 for one roll. Gotta make that roll last. Make it count. Because there's nothing worse than living in a home with no spare rolls of toilet paper. That was scary. Monster did political takes. Oh, you're like talking about like a full-on comic though, right? Like a manga. I was thinking of like the little comics you see in the newspaper. The newspaper, or like on Reddit, I guess. I guess the closest thing to like a political manga would be like when people made religious manga. Like there was like a manga that was like it's about the story of Jesus Christ or something, and Moses. I remember seeing that in my library and thinking like, man, that's weird. Anyway. Oh my god, it's gotten so dark. It's only 6 o'clock. Wait, today's Friday, right? Oh my god. This week flew by. Because of the cat sitting. I like lost track of days. Oh, and then the weekend comes and I got so much stuff to do on the weekend. Oh my god. Cringe. Cringe. I just wanted to do nothing but just be in front of my computer. Why do I have to do things? Barf. Gross. Yuck. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. Tune in next time while I do nothing again, probably. Howdy, Bomb Bite. I was missing that cat, so I put her next to me. It's like she's there. Probably not tomorrow? No, probably not tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'll be focusing on other things. Probably more packing. I would never stream twice in a row like that. What are you, crazy? What do you think I am, crazy? What do you think I am, starved for normalcy in life? Go watch someone else tomorrow. I keep hitting my mic. How do people fucking draw on stream with a mic? Where the hell do you put the fucking mic? Turn on my light. I can't see shit.
The number you have dialed is not reachable. Thank you.
What a nice comfy stream this is. Where I yap for 30 minutes. There's dead silence. Just focusing on the arts, nothing else. But honestly, it's nice being able to stream and just focus on drawing, even if I'm not saying much anything, because it keeps me from getting distracted. If I'm not streaming, or if I'm just drawing on my own time while I have like things playing in the background, like videos, I just find myself just focusing on the videos or scrolling the internets. But if I stream and then draw, I can't do that as much. So it means that I can get more stuff drawn. I say that as if anything I'm drawing is worth the time, but you know, I'm drawing, I'm doing stuff. It's the most productive I've been this whole week, because I'm too lazy to pack my shit. Okay, why don't I come up with a story about these two girls that I'm just randomly drawing? They met at college. They share the same similarities of being in the same college. They bond over the fact that they went to the same college. Whenever they meet up, they talk about their college classes. And when they graduate and leave college, they reminisce on how great the college was. They end up dating, they get married, and in their vows they talk about how they first met at a college, talked about college, and wished that the college married them. They try to have their marriage reception or wedding ceremony happen at the college that they attended, but the college said no. Because the college didn't accept gay people. And they were gutted by this, but through the power of love, they had all the kids at the school rally behind them to make the school accepting of gay people. And then the school did, but they still wouldn't let them have their way of having the wedding ceremony at the school because they just didn't want to do it. So they were like, well, as long as you're accepting of gay people, then that's okay. We'll have our wedding ceremony at a school that's willing to take us in but isn't as cool as the school that they go to. But then when the school that they met at found out that they were going to get married in a different school, they got jealous for some reason. And then the college that they originally met at and wanted to get married at tried to tell them that they can get married at their school after all. It was too late. It was too late. They already booked their venue at the school, the lesser school that they didn't want, but opted to choose because their original first choice of school wouldn't take them. Then they had their wedding ceremony, and they had a good time. And then they realized that what was important wasn't about the school, but it was about the friends they made along the way. And then they found that the school that they ended up getting married in was way cooler than the school that they went to originally. So then they set up a foundation where they had scholarship money pooled to kids who attend this cooler school. And then the original school was like, I can't believe I let this couple go. They lost what could have been an amazing relationship between two promising lesbians. And the potential of getting money funneled to them via scholarships through grants and a foundation. They lost it all. The school that lost it all. What is that? That has something to do with the girls. We're writing the story. The story centers around these two girls. They met at college. This college is now being redacted as just being an LGBTQ friendly school. They have a good time. They do not share a single class together, but they somehow manage to find each other. They talk about, let's give them a hobby that's not about school. Let's give them something to talk about that isn't about school. They discovered that they both really like having French fries with mayo instead of ketchup. They bond over mayo. They really like mayo. They like mayo on their French fries. They like mayo on their sandwiches. They like mayo in their pasta. They like mayo in their cheesecake. They like mayo on everything. They really enjoy mayo in every meal that they ate. When they end up getting together, one of them breaks the cold hard truth. Breaks the spill. They say that they've been telling a lie. The lie is that they actually don't like mayo, and they were only pretending to like mayo because the other person liked mayo, and that mayo killed their father, and they've never been able to forgive mayo. And the one that likes mayo for reals is heartbroken at the fact that they were lied to, but also heartbroken at the fact that mayo could do such a thing to somebody. That mayo could do such a thing to someone and kill them. They can't believe it. They break up with the person who slandered about the mayo. They go off to get their mayo in the fridge at home to cry about it. Instead of eating ice cream while watching a sad romance movie, they decide to eat mayo while watching a sad romance movie. They eat the mayo. They eat the mayo and realize that the mayo tastes like nothing because they've eaten so much mayo and they're so heartbroken that the mayo is just like, you taste nothing because you're depressed and also because this mayo is expired. I don't think expired mayo would taste like nothing. It probably would taste like something, but we'll just say it just tasted like nothing at the moment because they were depressed. And then they realized, oh no, I ate bad mayo and I'm sad that I lost my girlfriend. What a sad tale. Nothing happens to her. She's just sad over the mayo. She gets herself a new bottle of mayo. And she makes a BLT with the mayo. And as she's putting the mayo on the sandwiches, she realizes that she forgot the lettuce in the fridge. So she goes to get a lettuce in the fridge and the mayo rolls off the counter and hits her head and then she dies. To this day, she still doesn't think that mayo can kill a person. She thought that while she died. I changed her outfit. Hang on. I changed her dress to everything is different. It's hard to tell a story while also drawing because everything just... the continuity of everything. If I don't pay attention to what I'm saying, then the story will end up getting weird. But if I don't pay attention to what I'm drawing, then the drawing will lose its continuity. And nothing will ever be the same again. The story goes that these two girls met at a college. I've just decided that at the very least the true story behind them is that they met at a college. That's what I'm sticking with. They are college students. They are young, prospering college students who have not felt the weight of the world when it comes to crippling student debt. They are living life as college students like normal kids, talking about social studies, talking about how one of the teachers is a dickhead talking about how if they don't get their act together by the 3rd year, they're going to not have enough credit. They talk about things that they obviously like. They talk about, you know, they talk about the things that clearly a person that likes something would talk about, right? You know, when you like something and then you talk about it, they definitely are talking about something that they like for sure. If you vibe with someone and you got things that you like about them, you'll definitely be talking about that right at this moment. They're definitely talking about that exact thing that I'm thinking of. Exactly. I know we're all thinking the same thing. They're definitely thinking about that. Definitely, we're definitely all on the same page. They're definitely talking about that one thing that everybody likes. But they find comfort in the fact that they like this thing, and they've decided that they jive together with this thing that they definitely like each other. Are you okay? This is the creative process of when you're creating characters. You come up with a story as you're drawing them, and you're thinking like, yeah, this is a story of two girls who go to college together, and they're bonding over a thing that they definitely like. They're bonding over something that is definitely something that people normally like, and it's there's something about it that, like, you know, once you hear what they're talking about, you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's something that people definitely like, and it's very normal, and they have so much fun talking about the thing that they really like, and it's like, you know, it's totally obvious. If you were there hearing the conversation, you would also join in and talk about this thing that they really like, because you also agree with them and that you also really like it, and then they would also be like, hey, join in our conversation, we really like this thing, and you're like, oh hell yeah, we all like the same thing. And it's like, it's such a common thing for someone to like, and it's definitely a thing that, like, people definitely like, and it's not a thing to be weird about. It's a universally loved thing. It's as universally loved as, like, Dolly Parton, you know? It's definitely universally loved. Everybody loves it. There's no one in the world that hates it. Even your worst enemy would also say, like, yeah, I like it. That's pretty cool, you know? K-pop Demon Slayer. Yeah, you know, K-pop Demon Slayer, the combination of my favorite anime Demon Slayers and also that famous K-pop movie, K-pop Demon Hunters. It's when 3 girls sing about demons, and a boy with a sword also sings about demons while killing them. It's definitely the biggest craze. It's definitely a thing that everybody loves, for sure. So anyway, these 2 girls, they met in college, and they are clearly talking about the thing that they really like, and they find out that they were born on the same day in the same year at the same time at the same hospital to the same parents. They find all that information in one meeting, and they're like, huh, what a weird coincidence. We're born in the same place, same time, same hospital, also to the same parents. That's weird. And they're like, yeah, that is weird, and we've never met each other until now. That makes sense. It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. One was born to the mother and one was born to the father. The father gave birth. The father gave birth in a different ward, because guys can't give birth in the maternal wards, the maternity wards. They had to give birth in the spare room, because they've never had to deal with a male pregnancy before, so they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do with themselves. The father ran away because they were so embarrassed over the fact that they gave birth unexpectedly, and they were like, wow, that's crazy, so we're sisters or something or whatever, right? And it's like, yeah, probably. And they considered being incestuous with each other, but then they decided it's probably best that they weren't, but they were still good friends or whatever. And then they decided they would never tell their parents about the fact that they knew each other, and that they were going to live normal lives without the other person ever knowing about how it all transpired and went down. Do you watch Dexter YouTube shorts? Well, that's in quotation, so I assume that's a reference to something. But I don't know what that means. Are we talking about like Dexter Labor, Dexter's like lab, or are we talking about Dexter the what was Dexter? What was the real life Dexter? What was this thing? He was a dentist? I don't watch the show. I don't know what that is. It could be another Dexter altogether. It's so these two girls met each other in college, and they were interested in a genre of YouTube shorts that featured someone named Dexter, and it's Dexter is like a guy that also goes to the same college, but you never find him because he's just so like a popular. So they talk about how one day they hope to run into Dexter. They hope to run into Dexter while they're on campus and stuff, and one day they hear rumors about Dexter being in a certain classroom, and they try to go scope it out, and it turns out they come across the Dexter, but Dexter is being killed by someone named Franklin, and then Franklin is just like, they see that the girls, they caught Franklin killing Dexter, and then Franklin tries to kill them, but then they run away, and then they say like, we need to tell someone about this, and then Franklin finds them and ends up killing one of them. You won't know who until the end of the episode, and then the other one tries to run away, and then the one that ran away ends up running to their dad, and the dad is like, "What's going on, sweetie?" And they go, "I just witnessed someone get killed at school, and it was very traumatizing, father, and I don't know what to do." And and then the father ends up pulling off his face, and it turns out the man behind the father was actually Dexter, and it was all a prank, and the daughter was like so confused because it didn't make any sense to her, and then the father Dexter was like, "Hey, got you, you've been pranked, welcome to prank, this is pranked, you've been pranked, everyone was in on it, look at everyone laughing, ha 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 ha," and everyone is like laughing, including the girl that got murdered, except she still has a knife sticking out of her chest, and she's just laughing, but also like coughing out blood, and but she's still in on the joke as she's laughing. I think I've talked enough. I should go back to being quiet. I like when you talk. Well, thank you. I'm like, honestly, all that talking has kind of made me lightheaded. Oh, I've been streaming for 2 hours at least. Oh, maybe it's time to call it then. I was aiming for a 2-hour stream, and I got a 2-hour stream. What a productive 2 hours that was, huh? I drew a lot, I talked a lot, I definitely talked about things very important to life. We delved into life, we delved into politics, we delved into dogs, we delved into cats, we delved into incestuous relationships with a pregnant father. Being a streamer was a mistake for me. What's up? We had long jacket. Nagito. Sorry. Why did I say sorry? I meant excuse me. Nagito. Nagaito. Just see one long coat. Nagito. Wow. The dance of Italy. Ho ho ho. That's a Unis Annis reference. Which layer is this one on? The Dance of Italy. Oh my god, I need to rearrange this so it fits on the canvas. I don't feel like drawing anymore. Or I don't feel like streaming anymore. Maybe I'll draw later, but I don't feel like streaming anymore. So I'm gonna rearrange this to fit this onto a canvas so I can just properly end stream. The Dance of Italy. Oh, whoa. Him and his girlfriend were like dating for like as long as I've been alive. The twist of the story is just nagging him. It can't be. Nagito can't be in an incestuous relationship with a girl. Not when he has Hajime. Oh my god, I need to pee. Alright, oops! Where's that going? Put it down. Okay. Well, this is probably gonna be a VOD that gets unlisted. Because what the hell is they saying? The next time I stream will be the next time I stream. We'll see what I feel like doing if I ever show my face again. This is the stream. This is the work that I did on stream today. We featured 2 girls doing things, getting into crazy situations that were brought upon them by none other than themselves. They're here, they're cute, they're girls, they're chilling, they're sitting or standing or smiling or staring at you. I don't know. The next time I stream an art stream, it's probably gonna be another girl, and these 2 will be forgotten. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for chilling with me and listening to me. Listen to me do that. Next time I stream will be the next time I stream. Have a good day, night, cycle. Have a good pistachio donut with vanilla ice cream covered with mozzarella cheese melted on top with a dusting of sugar to be creme bruleed with a matchstick. And you eat it with a straw. I'm on